Hi, welcome back to Happy Apple Core Homestead. Today we're going to cover the herb Feverfew. Here she is. Looks a little bit like chamomile, but I promise you its medicinal qualities are much different and it doesn't smell or taste anything like chamomile. I grow these two far apart in the garden. They will reseed themselves and kind of grow everywhere that they want to, so it is important that you can tell the difference. So even though they're both kind of in the daisy family and they look very similar, they're super different. And also chamomile is really innocuous, whereas this one does have some points of caution that I will get to in a little bit. Both the leaves and the flowers of this plant are edible and medicinal. I do make both a tincture and an infused oil to turn into a salve with this. We are going to cover actually the raw leaves here first because that is the biggest caution that I would like to give to you. A lot of herbalists say to take 2 to 3 leaves raw and just like eat them. The problem is that even though this herb is amazing for migraines, which we're going to go into a little bit more later, if you're taking these leaves 2 to 3 times a day and you're chewing them up, you are very likely to get sores inside of your mouth. And so I recommend that if you're using this every single day, that you take either a tincture or a tea instead. With that said, let's jump right into what a Feverfew tincture is good for. I will link up a basic tincture recipe here where you can go ahead and make it. All of the instructions are the same for the Feverfew. Feverfew is great for migraines and headaches, which I just mentioned a second ago. However, it's best if you take it preventatively as opposed to trying to ingest it as soon as your migraine has already happened. So my recommendation, and of course do your own research, talk to your doctor, would be to take a tincture of the Feverfew 1 or 2 times per day and see how that works at preventing your migraines. And a dose would be just 1 dropper full, once or twice a day. Feverfew is also effective at treating arthritis and muscle spasms. And because it's anti-inflammatory, it works really well for menstrual cramps as well. And like its namesake, Feverfew is good at reducing fevers. Additionally, Feverfew is good as a uterine stimulant, although you should not take this when you're pregnant. It can cause miscarriage. Some research indicates that a Feverfew tincture would also be effective for treating certain kinds of cancer like the throat cancer and also Epstein-Barr virus. Now let's hop over to what a good salve is for. I will link up a recipe here for you. It'll show you how to make an infused oil and a basic salve recipe. Feverfew is really great for your skin. It's gentle, but it's super effective for things like eczema and psoriasis, as well as general dermatitis and damaged skin cells. This is also something I like to put in my insect repellent salve, and it doesn't smell like much, but once you get it processed, the bugs are not interested in you anymore, which is really good for me because we have tons of mosquitoes and flies and I don't like them touching me. There are some researchers who say that you should not take this long term, and then there are some that say, well, if you want to treat your migraines, you kind of have to take it long term. So please dive in, do some research on your own, maybe check with your naturopath or your physician and see what their thoughts are on Feverfew. I, thank God, do not suffer from regular migraines. So this is not an herb that I have experimented with taking on a long-term basis. So unfortunately, I can't offer you any like personal stories about the effectiveness or the, I don't know, like the dangers of taking it for longer than 4 months. But I thought I would throw it in because it came up so often in my studies. I know this one was short and sweet. I have lots of other herbs I would like to introduce you to before the end of this year, so I am going to let you go for now, but I will be seeing you soon. Bye!